Hello, what's going on? Let's talk. Let's get down today. Let's talk about some good old stuff. I want to talk about race relations. You know, one of the things that I've noticed a lot is that the liberal Caucasians or so-called white people, have a affinity to keep so-called black people in chains. Keep them in chains, keep them docile, passive, keep them irresponsible. It's almost like they want to babysit them. Those people don't need babysitting. That's one of the problems right now, is that people of color feel like they need to be babysitted, that they need special privileges. And always this word is minority. You know, you're a minority. First of all, you're not a minority. A minority is someone less. A minority is something that's not good enough. A minority is something that is a replica. It's a duplicate. It's not the original. You go around, you talk about, we are the original man. We are the kings and queens of earth. And then you put that minority label on you, calling yourself a minority. You're not a minority. You are a majority because you are a human being. That's what you are. You're not a minority. The liberals are one of the worst problems that we have in race relations. The liberals, they're not the solution. They're always talking about, we all brothers, we're all the same, if I cut me, I bleed like you do, and we both have red blood in us and all this kind of stuff, and we are one and everything. We are brothers and sisters. I'm not saying we're not brothers and sisters. I'm not going to get into that. But I'm going to say that every man's experience is different. Why I say this is this. The reason is your condition is no better than mine if you're coming from the same place. But if you're not, you can't identify with me. Okay, furthermore, let's look at it this way. A lot of times, people of color are told to get over racism, get over slavery, get over the past. But every time you turn around, somebody's throwing up, let's make America great again. Let's make America great again. When was America ever great? And for who? I often hear people like Armstrong Williams, or Herman Cain, Gary Frank, or Connolly, those people are talking about we need to get back to the basis. We need to get back to where we came from. We need to get back to what this nation was founded on. If you get back to what this nation was founded on, you're going to go back to slavery, lynching, torture, discrimination, all of those things. So, going back in the past benefits only one people. It doesn't benefit everybody. If you're going to go back in the past, that means that you're wiping out all of the gains and achievements that's been made by the striving of so-called black people along with some white people over the years. Okay? And I say again, when was America ever great? America has never been great for everybody, but America has been great for some people, like it is right now. You can get some foreigners come over here, and they can have the red carpet laid out for them to walk on. They can get all kind of grants, loans, and they can get anything they want. They get building space, land. They get the produce goods. They can get the availability of the monetary system at their disposal and all that kind of stuff. But most African Americans, so-called black people, can't get that kind of treatment. And you wonder why the animosity. And then there's one other point that I want to make, and that is the fact that I hear a lot of times, white people talking about, well, I'm not responsible for what my foreparents did. I didn't enslave anybody. I did not harm anybody. I never owned a slave. That's true. And at the same time, it's not. Let me explain. If you are a Caucasian person in the United States of America and your family owns slaves, and you are against the capitalistic system, you are against the racism, the discrimination, you are against the laws, you are against the reaper or the benefits of your people, then by all means, you are not responsible. But if you are of the lineage of those people that own slaves, abuse slaves, so on and so forth, and your ideology is still the capitalistic way of making money at all costs, of abiding by the laws of the land, regardless of how racist they may be or discriminatory. And if you therefore believe in the way this nation was founded, then you are a problem. Then you are a slave holder, a slave owner. And you are just as guilty as your great, 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 great grandfather and grandmother. Okay? So there's a difference. You're not responsible if you're not a part of the problem. But if you're a part of the problem, if you are still perpetuating the same attitude towards other people that don't look like you and are not from the same culture as you, then you are just as guilty as your forefathers. Just as guilty. And see, that's the problem we have. You got a lot of people, a lot of Caucasian people that fit that bill, and they don't want to fit that bill. Can't we all get along? You're comfortable. And if you're comfortable in your situation, quite naturally, you are not going to want to rock the boat. How many of them would trade places with you? And I'm talking about the liberals, and I'm talking about conservatives, but I'm really talking about the liberals, because the liberals are the most hypocritical people I know. You go out here, and you feel the heads of these black pompous Americans up with all this BS about we all together, we're one, we love you, we stand by you. But when the chips are down, you're not going to go against your flag, you're not going to go against your tradition or your economic, political, social, military, industrial complex system for me or another man. You're not going to do it. And as I said before, we need to be clear. We need to stop bull jiving around and making everybody think that everything's so good and gloriful and lolly-dolly, and it's not. It's not gloriful. It is not, because we are suffering. People are suffering. And the people that are in denial are the ones that are benefiting. But they can go out here and they can espouse all of this BS saying that we all the same. Get over it. Everything we take care of in due time. It's like this revolution is going to be peaceful and love. The new age with the swing of the legs and the hair flowing and all this kind of stuff, and thinking that everything's going to be fine. All we got to do is just love, and everything, the transformation is going to be peaceful. It's not going to be a peace for nothing. Never has, never will be. There's never been a resolution or a revolution that has come about peaceful without people dying and getting hurt. That's not possible. But that is because they are afraid. They got fear in them. They have fear that they are going down in the dust. And they are. Not just so-called white people, so-called black people, or whoever else is going along with the train. See, if you involve the system, if you're involved with the system, if you're for the system, it doesn't matter what your skin tone may be. You are an enemy of the oppressed. If you're down with the economic, political, social, religious, ideological, educational, military system, you are an enemy to the masses that are suffering. You cannot be a part of the problem and a part of the solution at the same time. It won't work like that. It just won't work. You can't be straddling the fence. You can't be over here when it's convenient to be over here, or be over here when it's convenient to be over here. You got to be straight down the middle. You either stand on one side or the other. And that's why a lot of people don't understand, or don't want to understand and don't care. Is that they want to therefore trade places. They want to be on this side when it's convenient, be on that side when it's convenient, Down there when it's convenient, up there when it's convenient, or all around when it's convenient. And it doesn't work that way. All that does is cause confusion. Bad confusion. The simple fact remains is this. We have to be honest with one another. We need to be honest. We need to be understanding. And then we need to care about what we are doing, because our children are picking up on it. And they are not fools. And they are not as illiterate as we may think they are. They may not know everything, but I tell you one thing, they know more than we think they do. And we should give them credit for having a brain, unlike most of us who don't use it. And then I wonder if some of us who do have a brain, because from the way we think and the way we act, it's highly unlikely that if the brain is in the skull, that it's not functioning at 100%. Maybe 25%, maybe 30%, but no more. So what I want to say is this. We have to look at things in a practical way, a practical manner. Understand that being a hypocrite will not work, and liberalism will not save us. Voting for the Democratic Party won't save us. So-called black people don't need nobody holding their hand like they're a child, or wiping their mouth like they're a child. And there's one more thing too. I was watching a video today, and it's this preacher, and he wanted a little black boy up there, and he started washing his feet. Okay, now I want to give it to you straight. That was an insult. First of all, he's not black. Second of all, he's not a minority. And third of all, he was feeding this little boy's brain with a bunch of mumbo jumbo about brotherhood and all this kind of stuff. And in the end, he was Christianizing him. He became Christianized. So if they're taking one thing away from you, or if they're giving one thing to you, they're taking away another. So in order to make you feel like their brother or their sister, they got to incorporate you into a belief system that's just going to screw your head up all the way around. And it's just going to make you just insane. And going to tell you that Jesus is coming back to save you. Okay? You save yourself. We save each other with the proper knowledge and truth. That's how we get saved. We save each other with the proper knowledge and truth. Not with BS about some man living in the clouds for over 2,000 years, coming back in a physical form and going to physically, humanly, flesh and blood, going to beat your enemies. Jesus couldn't save himself the first time. How in the hell are they going to save you? Okay? Read and understand. How can something save you that can't save itself? Start thinking, people. Start using the brain. Okay? Start using the brain. Forget about the rain. Have a good day.